In terms of the building the business side of the ledger, I guess I'd say at McDonald's, there's many different drivers of our business. So it's about the great food that we offer. It's about the great value that we offer at all tiers of our menu. It's about the great convenience that we deliver. And we see the role of marketing is to really just bring those to life in the most impactful and compelling ways possible. And we really try to focus on always getting better at this, because you can always be better at this. So we think about it from a 360-degree approach. For example, really being creative in our use of outdoor. I like to call outdoor the oldest medium in the world, because it is, but it's still a very effective medium for a business like ours, which is a very impulse-driven kind of business. We've certainly increased the use of digital in our mix of media choices. So while digital is still the smallest part of what we spend our money on, it is the fastest growing. But we also still use a great deal of television. Television, a lot of people might say television is a dying medium. Well, it's far from that. People are watching more television than ever. They're just doing it on their own terms, when they want to do it, and probably multitasking at the same time. So we use a rich combination of media to bring our message to life. And the key to all of it, though, for us, is how do we connect with our customers in a more emotional way? Because it's one thing to be all about the functional aspects of what we offer, but we've really focused on also connecting that in an insightful and an emotional way with our customers, so that they have an even stronger long-term affinity, and we differentiate our brand. One of the things that we've done recently is kind of an exercise around just aligning ourselves around the notion of what is our brand promise. And it sounds a little, touchy-feely in some ways, but having alignment around what your brand stands for at the highest of levels is actually quite a helpful tool for an organization, so that you can always be thinking about what are you in business to deliver. And so, one of the things, the way that we've crystallized it is this phrase, simple, easy enjoyment. Now, you won't see that in an advertising campaign. Our advertising says I'm loving it, and we're very committed to that. But what we try to do is really use this notion of this brand promise that we devised through a lot of work around just our understanding of our brand, our understanding of our customers' view of our brand, and the role that we play in people's lives, to create a framework that has a lot behind it, that we kind of use as a touchstone to say, whenever we're thinking about our initiatives, is what we're doing going to make our lives for our customers and the experience in our restaurants more simple, more easy, or more enjoyable than before. And we think about it also as it relates to how we communicate about our brand, that at the end of the day, we're trying to really tether up to something bigger than just, hey, we've got coffee. It's another way to bring simple, easy enjoyment to your life. Another concept that we use a lot is this notion of that we've got a global voice for our brand with a very local accent. And it's one of the things I'm proudest most about at McDonald's, is that we're pretty loosely tied to each other around the world in a lot of ways. We've got a global center, we've got 4 areas of the world, we've got many countries with many people in our local co-ops bringing advertising to life. So we try to guide that with a strategy and a framework that creates a quote global voice, but really in a very local accent. And so what I talked about there was, we know that our best advertising does a few things. It starts with a real human insight. So an insight about people that's genuine. And in fact, most of the great insights and they need to be connected to our brand. And most of the great insights about our brand are very global in nature. Most of the human insights about what people are looking for and how we can be an ally in their busy lives, those are very global insights. A good example is, anybody with kids, especially in grade school or junior high school, even high school, knows, your life is kind of all revolving around how busy you are with all their activities. And, I don't care if you're in China, if you're in Brazil, if you're in France, and certainly in the US, to different degrees, everybody in that life stage is dealing with that dynamic and trying to figure out, how do I get everything done in a day? And positioning our brand as an ally for when people are busy, to have a great place to eat out that's a great value and convenient, is a good connection for our brand. So it's about human insight, but then told in a really emotional and an engaging way. So the second piece of the marketing equation, I guess, is about, identifying and addressing perceptions about our brand. So leveraging the ones that are positive, but also being very, forthright and open to the ones that need some work. Okay, and that's, part of what we need to do, and do that while we grow our business. So, and the only way to really have a brand that is really sustaining is to have a brand that people trust and really admire and love. So for us, it's about kind of going after two areas that we know we can continue to build on perceptions. One has to do with food quality, and the other is commitment to children and children's well-being. Obviously a very hot topic today. And, we've done a lot of work in this area across all of our business, and we feel very proud and positive about, the story that we have to tell. Just some examples. We have the highest quality and safest meat in the industry around the world. We have all white meat in our chicken McNuggets, premium salads on our menus that are just an outstanding value. And we're launching smoothies, fresh fruit smoothies this summer in the U.S. So there's a lot about our core food and new food that is really about great quality, authenticity, and origin of ingredients. But we also recognize that that's not widely understood and known. So part of our job is to make sure that we build quality perceptions.